We are already here, though, on a lovely sunny day in the southwest of France. All or nothing day for the men in light blue. Thomas Ramos in for Romain Ntamack. Gets us underway, and it goes all the way back to George Tilsley. And the 31-year-old winger takes a safe catch. First job then for Sadek Dumach. Is a decent exit from this first kickoff. Dumach, 27 years old now. He's bolted another year onto his contract with Perpignan until 2026. The option on the one until 2025, and a good kick back straight away by Ramos. Well, he's very much now part of the France side and should be in the French World Cup squad because of his versatility at fullback and fly half. He's very much taken over top spot at fullback, that's for sure, from the likes of his Toulouse teammate Melvin Jaminet and Montpellier's Anthony Boutier, because of his ability with goal kicking, particularly as he does the goal kicking for Toulouse as well, ahead of Romain Ntamack, who is genuinely the playmaker alongside Antoine Dupont. It is Paul Graou, though, 25-year-old, who is at scrum half today. There he is, number 9, and they're already through. Ball might have been knocked forward. Indeed it was. Julien Marchand back in the side today, and he's a man who is a real try-scoring hooker. And now we're not quite sure whether or not it was a knock-on or something else. The TMO has been brought in. Maybe this ball was ripped away by a Perpignan hand. Well, this is from the Perpignan side. There's the ball there. It's definitely a knock-on. And there is no foul. It was a great tackle there by the little scrum half for Perpignan, Sadek Dumach, up against the hooker for Toulouse. Julien Marchand with just one try this season. Usually has more than that. The way it comes in from Jake McIntyre. Australian fly half, who's a new signing this season with Perpignan, coming in from Western Force, where he spent last season. Back in France after a séjour with Clermont, who was still in the fight for playoff action. It's nicely done. Toulouse moving the ball along well. Santiago Chocobares, the Argentine centre, is brought down by McIntyre. Graou feeds it out to the flanker, Francois Cros, one of a number of major international stars still playing in this game, despite all of the others that are being rested. Oh, Ramos has decided to keep hold of it, and that little delay has managed to bring one Cruz Malia into play, another Argentine in the side. Lovely stuff there from Ruma, who scored a try last week. He's having a great season that way in this current campaign. Fusak is brought to ground. Back into Josh Brennan, the Irish-born ex-France under-20 international, still only 21 years old, and has already got plenty of action this season. 24th appearance in all competitions for him. Here he is again. He's managed to hand that ball off as well, and Toulouse heading for the line. Irresistible. Ainou's lost it, went backwards, and there could be a try in the corner, and there is. Arthur Retier is there to pick up try number 6 for him this season, and his first since he scored in the quarter-final win over Sharks in the European Champions Cup. They're talking now about a knock-on, perhaps. Well, Perpignan struggling. Was that a knock-on? It might have gone backwards to me. But the referee doesn't agree. Great finish by Retier.
En avant ici de votre joueur, je sais pas. Je touche sur la ligne. Pour toi, il n'y a pas en avant, Fifi? Non, d'accord. Arrêt du temps.
I'm struggling to see where the knock-on was in that, and I'm not surprised that the referee...
Pour lui, c'est en avant. Est-ce que toi, tu as une image claire qui montre que le ballon va derrière?
So we are going to have a formal check now as to whether or not David Ainu knocked it on or not.
Qu'il n'y a pas en avant, il y aura essai.
So it's just coming up. David Ainu just moving out there with that ponytail.
Alors, il faut regarder ce ruck là déjà. On remonte depuis le dernier ruck, d'accord? Voilà, on va regarder depuis ce dernier ruck. Là, la passe est bonne.
So the handoff is good, he says the referee.
Là, il n'est pas sur le ballon. Là, il n'y a pas d'en avant du 9.
So no knock on by the scrum half either.
Il tombe clairement derrière. Hein. Est-ce qu'on a l'angle général? Je pense qu'il est assez parlant.
Well, I thought it was a good try, but
ouais.
For me, when Ainu gets it, it goes behind him, he hits it, and everybody has to turn back away from the try line, which suggests to me that it's not a knock-on.
Le 2, il n'est pas sur le ballon, donc ça pose pas de problème. Le 2, il n'est pas sur le ballon, donc c'est pas gênant.
They're also looking in that last ruck as well.
Le ballon, il est touché à cet endroit-là.
For me, that goes backwards. He's in front of the 5-metre line and it lands on the 5-metre line.
Il faut faire un arrêt sur image là où touche le rouge touche le ballon.
Well, they're still not absolutely sure, it seems.
Là, il le touche sur la ligne. On est
Except
d'accord,
he's leaning forward over the line.
Et le ballon retombe.
At the very least, it's flat, you would think.
Écoute, Philippe, c'est trop litigieux pour changer la décision.
Oh wow, he's not going to give it because he says it's too on the limit. So he's going to stick with the original decision and no try. Wow, controversial. And Hugo Mola is a little surprised about that, and I have to say I'm a little bit surprised with that, but the problem is that the original decision was no try, which means that the weight of evidence is even greater, so he wasn't prepared to go back on it. So anyway, it's a scrum instead. Knock on given, which means put into Perpignan.
Flexion!
Well, that's great news for Perpignan because I think they've got away with one there. So then, it's a good solid scrum first out from Tetashvili, Lam and Joly in the front row for Perpignan. That will give them a lot of confidence, and so too will this. Very well done. And the clearance by McIntyre. It's not the longest kick in the world, but it's safe.
Merci Philippe pour la contrôle, ça me choque pas du tout que tu rentres. Moi aussi j'étais douteux en direct. C'est bien qu'on le clean, c'est bien qu'on le clean, je pense que c'est bien.
In by Marchand, and well taken by Alexandre Roumat. Man who, I say this every time, I'm always surprised he's never represented France really, but he was in the Barbarian side against Fiji back in the autumn internationals. Raoult, Ramos, Lebel, freshly signed for another 3 years with probably the strongest side in the country, bar La Rochelle, who are definitely doing their bit to challenge the supremacy of Toulouse.
Ouais, ok, c'est bon, alors je...
No knock on this time, referee carries on. Inside by Damien Laborde, who was on the bench to start with, but with Tamapu having a late problem, he came into the starting lineup at inside centre.
Dedans. Ballon couvert.
Demach. And it's kicked away by Tristan Tedder, the South African fly half playing at fullback today in his final game for the club
C'était au moment où j'étais tourné, merci.
before he joins Racing in the summer.
Je vous laisse le temps de vous compter.
Well, there's no doubt that Perpignan are a different side at home these days to the one that lost 3 in a row through December into January. The start of their season wasn't bad at home. Their away form, though, has been terrible. They've only once won away from home from this lovely stadium all season. In all competitions, too. The only win was against Brive, unsurprisingly. Ramos, lovely. And it goes to the right wing, Arthur Retière. Denied one try already. Looking to put that right. Graou into the big guns. Ruma. On it goes, and it's a big drive from François Croce. He's yet to score a try this season. Graou. Offside given against Perpignan. Ramos then free hit this. Chance for Malia out to the far side. Lebel goes over and is held up. Like a beach turtle, he can't turn over the right way. However, they'll come back. Good play by the two defenders. Lebel looking for try number 7 this season. Excuse me, try number 9. 6 in top 14, so he is looking for his 7th domestically. And our first points are likely to come with the boot then. Thomas Lebel then, usually is the kicker even when he's fullback. ...153 points so far this season, in the top 10 for scorers, with the list headed by Joris Segons of Stade Francais. Quite a long way ahead. Solid start. And Toulouse have the lead, 3 points to nothing, as they look to continue their march towards winning the regular season.
Jouez-le.
It's a good kick out by Toulouse into the Perpignan half. Paul Graou has had a decent season this campaign, deputising for Antoine Dupont. He's never going to get in ahead of him. It's very unfortunate, really, from his point of view. Very fortunate, though, from Toulouse's. Dupont absolutely fantastic again last weekend against Bordeaux-Bègles. Very much earned his weekend off this time around. Same could be said for Roman Ntamack. Decent delivery by Lam. Taken on and a big hit there from the inside centre. Laborde. Scrappy ball, though. Back inside once more, the outside centre, Eddie Sawalo, the Fijian centre. Taken on by Lam, and a knock-on hands possession back to Toulouse. Seems to be a knock to the head. That will have to be dealt with first.
Arrêt du temps, je pense qu'il touche le genou en tombant. Hein. On prend le temps, bien sûr. Le temps est arrêté. Hein. Je ne sais pas si Frédéric...
Some big hits coming there. Pozzolo, Tuilagi. Well, they're trying to match up to what is at the moment statistically the best team in the league in Toulouse. However, with La Rochelle through to a third European final in a row. Are they thinking here this might be high? Alban Placine is the man coming in for that hit. On Soleil Lam, the Samoan international. Those are the injured for Perpignan. Second row, Will Whitty's out with a knee injury. Centre Alvaretti Dugivalu is out with a leg injury as well. Also missing Jorimo de la Fuente, who recently suffered a calf injury. And the likes of Mathieu Sebes, Alistair Crossdale also unavailable. All rather bad timing for such an important game as this. So it's a head injury assessment for the Samoan, Soleil Lam, and the crowd are not too happy that the referee's not going any further. Referee is saying that it was a legal challenge. Richie Arnold first. There's a big hit by Lam to put Richie Arnold on his backside. That's not easily done. The referee just trying to lean on the referee again as he gets ready for a scrum. Lam walks off and is replaced at hooker by Mike Tadger. French-born Portuguese international. We'll be up against several of the Fijians and Georgians that play in Top 14 when they start their World Cup campaign later in the summer. Portugal into the Rugby World Cup for only the second time in their history. Ironically, the last time they did that was back in 2007, which was also on French soil. Didn't make it into the 2019 edition, though, in Japan.
Flexion. Lié.
Hot day for these big men to be exerting so much like that, and it's a collapse. It's a penalty to Perpignan. Arthur Johnny there with a tap on the back of David Ayenu. Tight head prompt for Perpignan, with a little bit of respect for the American international loose head prop, who is just as adept on the tight head, actually. So a first chance for points for the Catalans. Great work by the 35-year-old tight head prop now. Still turning out for the likes of the France Barbarians, even if he's not part of the full national squad. Jake McIntyre then. Only 64 points kicked by him this season. The fact that Tristan Tedder is the top scorer with 159. Tedder then goes for goal, and it's just squeezed in. And he starts off his first or last home game for Perpignan with an accurate kick at goal, and it's 3 apiece. Ramos gets us quickly underway again. And it's Tedder who catches it. Fullback lays it into Tilsley. He makes it over the 22. Solid so far from the restart from the Catalans. They're not ready to kick it away just yet. Pozzolo Tuilagi. Just enough to recycle. Dumac. high ball for the chasers. It's well taken though by Juan Cruz Malia. Argentine international will be very keen to get on. I was going to say to the plane to go to the World Cup, but of course he won't have to do that really. And the World Cup taking place right here in France. Labelle. Was there some crossing there? Julien Marchand, arms in the air, saying he was not involved. Richie Arnold forward. Grau. Out to Ramos, took that well. Malia, missed pass. Chocobares, still got it. Stayed on his feet, supports arrived. Good breaking up, Grau has lost it. Turnover ball, Perpignan have it.
Stop, cinq.
Forward by Teda. It's not backwards by Ramos. McIntyre. Space perhaps down that right-hand side. Looking for the 50-22. And he's nailed it. Fabulous kicking. This ball bounces just about a metre away from the touchline. Inside his own half, into the opposite 22. Magnificent stuff, and David Marty likes that. And he spent his entire career at Perpignan, part of the 2009 Bouclé de Brenos winning side. Been involved in the under-20s as well. Internationally for France. Back though now with his formative club. First input by Mike Tadger is a good one, well taken. Perpignan trying to set up the rolling ball, but it's not going to happen because Toulouse have brought it down. Referee signalled a penalty. McIntyre through the gap. And the first try comes after 16 and a half minutes from the fly half. Third try of the season for Jake McIntyre after scores against the reigning champions Montpellier and then here against Stade Francais back in January. Well, that was brilliant from Perpignan, immediately taking advantage of the penalty. Lovely offload. And McIntyre with a lovely line to score. Just what Perpignan need. The likes of Patrick Alataz and Gerald Bastide watching on from up on or on high even, let's say it in English. Simple stuff for Teda. And all of a sudden, it's 10-3 to Perpignan against the league leaders Toulouse. Beautifully done. So off we go again, and it's Perpignan once again who are looking to complete the score by getting the ball away, which they've done. Not out though. Kept in by Malia, he finds Ramos. It's a great ball by Ramos. The crowd didn't like it, but that was terrific. Through to the outside centre, Pierre Foussac. However, it's gone back to Perpignan with Tuilagi, who's having an immense start to this game in the second row. One of this new generation of players who can play just as adeptly in the row 2 or row 3 at the back of the scrum. Malia, just as adept at playing at fullback. Grau, Ramos. Chocobares. He's got Labelle outside him. Not going to be able to use him yet, though. Grau, though, round the outside. That's a nice little kick. Now, is he going to get lucky with the bounce? He's not. Oh. Well, so many times you see a ball like that just suddenly go laterally. That one went absolutely dead straight and dead as it was touched down. Fairly similar player to Antoine Toubon in the way he plays, but just not quite as, I hesitate to say good, let's say he's not quite as impactful as the World Player of the Year. So then, try-line drop out, hands possession back to Toulouse. Grau looks to the forwards and lays it into the palms of Francois Cross, quickly out into Paul Mallet. It's nicely done. They're moving forward again, Toulouse with Retier. Cross, referee's blown though. Disappointment for Cross.
Sur la mêlée, passé par le capitaine. D'accord, je vais rester de ce côté. Je vais rester de ce côté, d'accord?
And who has been at Toulouse for well over a decade. Part of this golden generation. Wasn't always quite like that though. Before they won their 2019 Brennus, it had been a few years since the previous one. Hugo Moller wasn't always as encased in his job at Toulouse as he is these days. It's going to be a scrum. Well, this was the beautiful play, and ironically, it's the substitute hooker who's involved there.
À gauche de la marque, à gauche, ici. Attention à distance, hein, d'accord? Ici, comme il est grand, voilà. Distance, hein, des deux côtés ici. Hein.
So the referee just warning the front rows to make sure that they respect the distance before he tells them to engage.
Distance, distance. Non, mais l'épaule, elle est bien.
What happened to the last scrum? The first scrum of the day was absolutely rock solid from both, but we've yet to repeat that. It's better again this time. Solid. Out by Domecq. And he finds touch, and it moves Perpignan out of their 22, although only, not even as far as the 10-metre line. Well, that's good news. Looks like Saleh Lalam is going to be able to come back on again. Solo Tuilagi. 2 matches in the under-20s. 6 Nations this season for France. For the Samoan man. He's been at Perpignan for the last 13 years. That's good play by Julien Marchand, the French international hooker. #1 choice probably for the World Cup coming up, as he has been for a number of years. Lebel. Brennan. Brought down. Crowd thought that Kylian Galetier was jackling there and was tackled doing so. Edo. Assuming that's going to be holding on.
Soutien rouge qui déblaye à côté. Joueur est premier. Premier soutien qui déblaye à côté, pas efficace.
Yeah, the second player coming into that, going in off his feet.
Le 16 bleu.
Ainu is there, and then behind him.
Okay.
That's a better kick. That's lifted the crowd. So then Mike Tadgett, done a pretty good job since he came on. He'll go back to the bench, and Saleh Lalam will come back from his head injury assessment, which he has clearly passed.
Bleu sur la ligne. Sur la ligne. Oui, vous sur la ligne.
Lamb's 23rd game of the season and 19th start for the former Canberra Vikings man. Ainu has stolen the ball away. Grau, Ramos,
Avantage
Lavelle,
terminé sur l'en avant.
Chocobares feeding it along the line, and Malian is the latest to take it, and he's managed to get through his man. Malian's still there. Oh, brilliantly done. And away comes George Tilsley. Sterling defence from Perpignan. Just when it looked like Toulouse were going to go all the way. Demarque feeds it into Tuilagi. And the ball has been stolen away by Chocobares.
C'est pas clair ce que tu me dis. C'est pénalité contre les rouges. Pénalité contre les rouges, d'accord.
But the assistant has given a penalty against Toulouse.
9 au sol. Parce que si tu me dis ballon arraché, pour moi c'est jeu, quoi, tu vois.
See Paul Grau there.
Pénalité.
It wasn't quite as obvious as I thought it was going to be. Lovely burst though by Malia. You can see here a beautiful interception. So then Lamb straight back into the action with the line out. Beautifully done. They're playing with confidence at the moment, are Perpignan. Burst forward by Tuilagi once more. Lamb. It's brought down by Mallet. Still going. It's the outside centre, Eddie Soalu, who has it. Little ball through now from McIntyre. And the second try, scored by Lucas Dubois. The right wing following up his tries against Pau and Bayonne by scoring against the leaders. Well, we said that their confidence was growing by the minute, and this move really does demonstrate it. Crowd are roaring. Lovely kick by McIntyre, and they were queuing up to get on the end of it. And in the end, it's the 24-year-old Frenchman who comes in for his 5th try of the season. Perfection by McIntyre. Toulouse have got some thinking to do. There's Roman Entomac there, watches on. Might not be playing, but he still made the trip along with his teammates to watch. Harder kick, same result. And suddenly, Antoine Dupont, Piotr Mavaka are looking at a 17 points to 3 deficit for Toulouse.
Je vois pas de jeu déloyal.
Well, there's a penalty here for
Non, il est dedans.
a bad spell. Unsportsmanlike behaviour given by the referee.
Laisse le temps.
So then it's a 14-point lead for Perpignan.
Là, descendez, là.
It's rather surprising.
Voilà, alignez-vous sur le premier.
Julien Marchand. It's well done. Richie Arnold back into the hooker. And the hooker weaving his way through, gets a couple of extra metres. Out by Mallet. Good tackle, though, comes from Tristan Labouteli. They've got the ball wide, though. Yeah, Fusak trying to barge his way through. Richie Arnold, man who was injured early on in the final against La Rochelle 2 years ago. Grau, Ramos, Malia, good play once more. Arthur Retier, out to Lebel, and the answer has come from the league leaders. Lebel's 7th try of the campaign. Matching Emmanuel Merfou's tally for the 2021 champions. And some lovely offloading. Not the least of which was that last one from Retier to Lebel. And the league leaders fight back as we approach the half hour. It's quite important that Ramos gets this. It will get them back to just the one converted try difference. And he's missed it. Nevertheless, it is a reply by Toulouse. But they are still 9 points behind at 17 points to 8. Well caught and taken by Ruma. He's, though, thumped to the floor. Grau, though, looks around. Ramos.
Stop, 4, 5, stop. Okay.
Ramos has put his foot through that, but it's not gone out. And Jake McIntyre has managed to keep the ball alive. Joaquim Oviedo, the Argentine number 8, went forward. Now a chance for Tuilagi again, and he's taking the men with him. Ramos tried to jackal, and successfully as well. Well, even the light men can get involved in the jackling these days.
D'accord, sur la même action.
Talk about a difference in size between two players on a rugby field. But that's really good play by Ramos. He was being bullied to start with, but he stayed on his feet. That was the crucial thing.
Ici, il y a 2 fautes. Ballon gardé au sol. Et en plus, il y a un neck roll ici. Fais attention.
Damien Laborde, who tried to stop him.
Garde au sol. Neck roll.
So then, holding on after the tackle, and then a neck roll as well, just to add to the penalty. Ramos kicks the ball away.
Est-ce que tu voulais me donner, Seb, c'est ça?
It's an important time for Perpignan. They need to keep their discipline. They need to keep their positivity that has taken them to this lead so far. 2 tries to 1. Perpignan lead by 9 points. They have the advantage, but it's a line out to Toulouse, taken by Julien Marchand and caught by Richie Arnold. Second row forward, impeccable. Lays the ball back out by Grau. Out the backs have it, Ramos. Back inside, Retier again, finds the fullback, Malia. Grau on hand. Oh, it's just about taken by Francois Cross. Brennan. Grau once more, Ramos. Delayed pass into Malia again. He's everywhere at the moment. Brilliant tackle on Fusak. Richie Arnold, little offload to Marchand, who bounces off the challenge by Arthur Joly. Ainu, no way through there, but he manages to recycle and pushes the game line back a metre or so. Ainu's going to take it, play scrum half. Marchand, brought down by Tuilagi. Grau is back on his feet. Into Mallet. Good defending so far, though, from Perpignan. Toulouse moving further sideways rather than forwards. Another good tackle and good backup play as well. And Perpignan trying to get the ball, but it's been kept though. Oh, and Ramos is through. Oh, Ramos! Genius! Well, anything Roman Entamak can do, Ramos will answer. Well, they look to be going absolutely nowhere until Ramos managed to get away from the first tackle. Big hole. And then McIntyre was on his own and didn't know which way to try to tackle him. Ramos with 8 tries coming into this game. He's having a terrific season. And unfortunately, that important time for Perpignan, they've not been able to stand up to it. That's better. And it means that it is 17 points to 15, and suddenly rather quizzical looks on the faces of the Perpignan coaching staff. Brilliant stuff by Tomo Ramos.
Body box!
Jouez-le! On sort!
McIntyre, long, just inside the 22, and the mark called by Ramos. Good kick into the Perpignan half. Just over 4 minutes to go. It has been a highly watchable 40 minutes or so of rugby. Perpignan punching above their weight against the league leaders. Arthur John and his teammates with a new belief at home this season as Melvin Jaminet watches on from the sidelines. Perpignan with the driving maul and making progress off the back though by Lam, the hooker.
On n'est pas sur le ballon, deux. Merci. Il faut gagner
Marchand told to roll away after the tackle, which he duly did. The referee could have been less generous there in his decision making.
Pardon? Allez.
Strong tackling by Toulouse. Out it goes though. McIntyre's lost it. It was Chocobares who was quick up to the gain line. And now Toulouse on the attack, but the referee's going to bring them back. There's a knock on by the sounds of it in the middle of that.
J'arrête dessus. 13 de devant. Continue sa course.
Offside.
On gagne l'espace pour être au soutien.
Keo Fusak had gone up too quickly. There he is. It says Trez. Actually, it was Chocobares. It was 12, not 13. Makes no real difference though. It's gone into the stands. Damien Laborde, the man who set up their try with a lovely offload. And then his teammates march forward for the line out with 2 minutes or so left in the half. Soleil Lam with his first wayward delivery, and Toulouse have it on the edge of their own 22. Huge kick forward by Ramos. No knock on by the try scorer Lucas Dubois, the scorer of the second try, that is. Taken quickly. That's the danger. Oh, Paul Graou, lovely little dip and go. Still going. Oh, and he's lost the ball. Well, thereby is the difference between him and Antoine Dupont. A very Dupont-type run, but without the finish, and it could be a chance here at the far end. Made safe by the scrambling Arthur Retière. I think the crowd think there was some obstruction in that run for the line. The referee's looking quizzically and doesn't quite understand the reaction. He's quite happy for this try-line dropout to happen. Crowd decide that they might as well just get behind the runner instead, and that runner is Damien Laborde. Out by Demarque. McIntyre, Tedder. Nicely done once more, and through goes Lucas Dubois. Dumarque, Tuilagi runs into Eno. Turns back the other way, but the American is still hanging on to him. Demarque, McIntyre, Tedder, the fullback once more coming into the line. Tilsley, the left wing, trying to keep the ball alive. They're going to turn it into a maul unless he turns it into a tackle. He's lost it. Just waited a little too long. Oh, and Perpignan have managed to scramble the ball back once more. Turnovers all over the place. And the referee in the end decides he's going to blow, and there's a knock-on. Well, a knock-on and half-time. Well, it's not quite the reaction we were expecting at the end of 40 exhilarating minutes here at the Stade Aimé Jurel. But at half-time, after 2 tries scored by Perpignan, but 2 scored by Toulouse, it is Perpignan 17. Toulouse in the playoff place at the moment in terms of the barrage. Colomiers not quite out of it yet, although... actually, I take that back, they are just out of it. The... So then we're out on the pitch. Tristan Tedder with the ball in hand. Last time that he will kick off a half at home for the Catalans before he joins Racing next season. And it's picked up by Francois Creuse, who barrels his way forward. French international makes the ball available for Paul Grau. I haven't seen too many kicks off the back of rucks in the first half. That's one, though, that comes here. Maybe that's a change of tack here from the league leaders. It's picked up by Jake McIntyre, who was instrumental in the 2 tries that Perpignan scored in the first half, scoring the first and setting up the second with a kick. Tuilagi out to George Tetrashvili, the ex-Georgian international loose head prop. Demarque, Lam had to go off with a head injury assessment from the first half, but came back. Has been stolen by Grau. And the scrum half has kicked long. Tedder comes across and volleys it into touch. Told you he was a similar player to Antoine Dupont. Very aware around the loose and the breakdown. Quick to get off the mark. As we said, just difficult that he's up against arguably the best player in the world, certainly at the position. It's always very hard to say who is the best player in the world when there are so many different ways and positions that need playing. Here is Grau, though. Feeds it out nicely into Placine. Lebel, scorer of one of the tries for Toulouse in the first half. It's well taken by Dubois. Tedder. Tilsley's trying to pick it up. Referee's going to come back, though, for a foul. Going in off your feet against Toulouse.
Ici, on manque de maîtrise, on tombe sur un joueur.
So, South African fullback today, Tristan Tedder. able to relieve the pressure and gets it into touch and moves Perpignan forward. A lack of maîtrise was the way the referee took it. Out of control, in other words. Driving maul set up by Perpignan. They're edging the way towards the touchline, though, so they bring things to a standstill. Tilsley runs into Ramos, who reels back after that challenge, but he still did the job. McIntyre.
Stop. Okay.
Down the middle. It's a good kick. Needs to stop, though, and it doesn't. And will roll dead. There's a wasted opportunity there for Perpignan. Former Agen and Clermont man in France is Jake McIntyre, as well, of course, as playing for Western Force and the Queensland Reds back home.
Ici. Mêlée, je suppose. Mêlée, je suppose.
So Clément Poitou, the backs coach. Laurent Thierry, the defence coach, watching on. Looking like the look of a chewing gum as much as anything else. Scrum time, first of the second half.
Flexion.
Happy so far with the way that they're getting down.
D'accord, mais alors prenez plus de
Perpignan have a significant weight advantage with a 931 kilo pack as opposed to 917 for Toulouse. Their pack is older. Toulouse, though, have better height in the line-outs, but have only managed to steal one line out against the head so far. When Soleil Lam has been throwing in, that's collapsed, and it's a penalty. And so Arthur Joly is going to be penalised, lying prostrate there. The Perpignan tight head prop wearing 3. Just overreached. Chance for Thomas Ramos then to get the first points of the second half. It's actually the other side. You can see through the gap in the scrum, Arthur Joly collapsing and ending up flat on the deck. Ramos then looking to put Toulouse in front for the first time in the game. Bang in front, no problems. Toulouse leading then by 18 points to 17. And they go in front for the first time. Ramos, of course, would have been higher up the points chance had he not been injured a couple of times in the season, back in November, and he's also out for the Six Nations as well. Raoult. Ramos steps back inside and managed to get a good clearance. It's his all-round game that has played himself into Fabrice Galtier's plan so successfully over the last 2 years or so. Tournament play, versatility is a key weapon to have. Lam then with the feed, they're better. Referee happy. Out by Demar. Lovely by Laborde into Tuilagi. Tuilagi is held on to, though, by Francois Cross. Has been dropped. And I think there's also a penalty in there as well.
Ballon était sorti, pas de problème, on revient à la Navarre.
No, it's not a penalty, it's just a knock-on. Le board here, another lovely little offload. However, it got a bit loose after that. Elsewhere over this weekend, Stade Francais need one more win to guarantee their place in the playoffs. Racing need a bonus point win to guarantee the same. It gets very tight after that, though, with Lyon and Bordeaux in the last two playoff places, being chased by Toulon, Bayonne, and to a lesser extent, Clermont, Montpellier and Castres even. Last season's two finalists struggling to live up to the measure of what they did last season when they were first and second in the regular season. Penalty to Perpignan. Not letting go after the tackle of the ball. It's a good scrum right from the beginning by Perpignan. Alexandre Dumas brought down by the scrum half. And you can see that Brad Shields, the New Zealand-born ex-Baby Black and England international, right over it. Gotta love that sailboat that brings on the kicking tee. Tristan Tedder from their distance inside the touchline. It's a little bit of a wind today as well, which can hinder. Certainly hindered Thomas Ramos in the first half as David Marty talks to Jake McIntyre behind. Tristan Tedder lining it up. He's let that one go. First miss by the fullback. So it remains 18-17 to Toulouse.
Il n'a pas dépassé la ligne. Il y a le plaquage illégal, offensif, pas de problème.
Out by Demach. Tedder. McIntyre, who's kind of moved into an inside centre kind of role, with Tedder having moved into that more recognisable fly half role that he occupies. Another penalty to Perpignan. McIntyre going after the ball straight away. They thinking about taking it quickly. In the end, though, Kylian Galetier just gets his fly half to slow it down. Again, it's another Perpignan player over the top of the ball, jackling. It's really good attitude by Perpignan. If they played like this earlier in the season regularly, well, they wouldn't be in quite the same mess they are at the moment. Admittedly, they're playing against the league leaders who are without some of their biggest stars, so that has to be taken into account as well. Tristan Tedder with his first miss in the last kick. Won't want to repeat that this time. Better. And Perpignan go back in front. 20 points to 18. And the dream lives on. Well, if Perpignan do somehow manage the spirit of victory out of this game, it will really put the pressure on Brive, who know that they have no more room for error if they are to avoid automatic relegation. That man there, though, you can be sure, has got a few more ideas, though, on those cue cards.
Okay, les deux sont au ballon.
Toulouse pick up the ball.
Tu me donnes la couleur avant. 4 bleus, obstruction ici. D'accord.
Yeah, obstruction given against the second row forward, Tristan Laboutelli.
Attendez, neuf.
Paul Graoult told to get back here.
C'est ça? Ok.
I think the referee's listening to the TMO.
Il me donne la couleur avant.
Crossing.
Parce que là, sinon, je crois que c'est...
I would imagine this probably means that Ramos will take another kick at goal. Toulouse showing plenty of respect for Perpignan in this game. Well, it was a fair challenge. Both players going for the ball, which is what the referee said, but the penalty came elsewhere. So a chance for Ramos to kick Toulouse back in front again. Progressing in the second half at a snail-like neck-and-neck pace. Crowd doing their bit to try and put off the French international. Unsuccessfully. And Toulouse lead once more by 21 points to 20. So then, major changes on the front row for Toulouse. Off come David Aenu, Julien Marchand and Paul Mallet to be replaced by Piato Movaka, Cyril Bay, and another French international front row forward, Dorian Aldeguerri. Looks like Reinhard Elstad is coming on as well for, I think, Josh Brennan. On comes Piola Fasuele, the 35-year-old lock forward for Perpignan, as he replaces Pozzolo Tuilagi, who gets a big round of applause for an epic performance from the French international under 20. He's only 18 years old. Look at the size of him. Played beyond his years as well in that game. Paul Graoult, though, has it for Ramos, who kicks away. Also on Siwa Halana-Kanuka, another veteran forward. A tight head prop for Arthur Joly. Elstad confirmed on for Brennan. Soleil Lam is still on, though, and the starting hooker. Tetrasvili has been replaced at loose head prop by Sacha Lautrien as the ball comes in. And it's picked up, though, against the head. Good work by Toulouse. Mathis Lebel decides to hang on. Dorian Aldeguerri thought about playing scrum half. In the end, he doesn't. Cyril Bay has his first run and rumbles into the contact zone. Graoult told to play the ball. There's no natural scrum half on the bench for Toulouse, so gets set for Graoult to play the whole game. Tedder. Dubois. Playing with a penalty advantage à Perpignan.
C'est simple pénalité parce qu'il plaque le joueur en l'air, mais sans dangerosité.
So the referee saying that there's nothing more serious than a penalty because even though the player was taken in the air, it wasn't done dangerously. McIntyre. Lam. Offside against Arnold. Forward comes Laborde. Clatters his way through Lebel. Lam runs straight into Alban Leplacine, who shock absorbs him into the challenge. Knock on by Galetier.
Okay.
15 or 16 minutes into the second half, and Perpignan still hanging in there.
Capitaine, il y a deux fautes. Là-bas, ça vaut pas plus que pénalité. Le rouge est en retard. Il plaque en l'air sans dangerosité. Et ici, il y a une pénalité hors jeu. Ici, d'accord. On fait sortir le 14 rouge.
High tackle, but not with danger, because he would regarded as he was trying to go for the ball, I guess.
Voilà, la simple pénalité.
That's Retier. Referee says it again, that having seen the replay with us, that there was nothing more dangerous.
Ce plaquage en l'air, d'accord, pénalité contre vous et protocole commotion.
So Retier, though, having given away the penalty, has to go off and have a head injury assessment. Which brings on Lucas Touzin for however much time is needed for that medical analysis to be carried out.
En fait, Seb, tu vois, le timing, pour moi, il était, tu vois, il le prend en l'air, tu vois, quand même.
Referee still talking about that challenge in the air by Retier, as Tristan Tedder lines up another opportunity to put Perpignan back in front.
Il le prend en l'air, tu vois, pour moi, ça vaut simple pénalité, il n'y a pas de... Oh.
Tedder then looking to put Perpignan back in front, and it's another good kick. 2-point lead again for Perpignan, 23 points to 21. And they are doing everything they can here to keep themselves alive in the division. It's a job to do here for Ramos and Toulouse. It's a game that's turned into a series of penalty kicks. The ball has crossed the plane of the line. There's a knock-on in any case, and both directions. So it will be a scrum to Perpignan.
En avant rouge d'abord. Hein? On était loin tous les deux.
It was obvious, the knock-on that was perceived. So a little surprising perhaps, but anyway, referee's nearer to it than we are.
En avant rouge.
Tristan Tedder has overtaken Camille Lopez of Bayonne for 8th in the top point scorers rankings in this game. Of course, Bayonne still yet to play, and Bayonne still very much in the fight to try and get into the playoffs. And a penalty to Perpignan. Luca Moller will not be too happy with the Toulouse scrum today. Damien Laborde is getting rid of the increasingly ploughed up Stade Aimé Jural pitch.
Le 3 rouge, non, mais le 3 rouge, il est sorti déjà. Ah, d'accord.
Referee not happy with the assistant this time for running back a 5 meters or so.
7 changements.
Few pieces of slow motion, I think, here for Laborde, who, like I say, was supposed to be on the bench today, but was brought in to start late on when Afasupa Tomapou failed to come out and start the game at inside centre, the Tongan international. A few more changes for Toulouse. There is Damien Laborde. Off comes the captain, Kylian Galetier.
Est-ce que Didier, c'est bon pour toi?
Mike Tadger is back on again at hooker. This time as a regular sub rather than as for a head injury assessment like in the first half. On for Lam. Valette has come on for Oviedo as well in the back row. And Bachalier, Lucas Bachalier has come on as well in the back row for the captain, Galetier. Lautran, loose head prop. There's a tackle, he got his knee down. Theo Ntamak has come on for Placine as well. Roman Ntamak's younger brother. just 20 years old. Willis is on as well at number 8. Good challenge here on the man of the moment, Damien Lebord. Perpignan, though, still fighting play. Picked up by Helena Kaluka. Tadja. Fed out by Demac. Rumar told to let go of the ball. He didn't get back to his feet after the tackle, so not allowed to play it. Toulouse trying to counter ruck. Perpignan still have it though. Lovely little inside ball, and away comes Dubois once more. Nice little offload into the path of Sawalu. And then an extra roll by the man in possession, hands possession, back to Toulouse. Long gone are the days when you're allowed to do that. Lovely little break by the try scorer in the first half. And away by Ramos. Look at this hit by Reinhard Elstad. All the way through on Damien Lebord. Piatu Mavaka then with his first test of the line out, and it's gone against the head. Nice take by Demac away from the substitute hooker. Still going. Runs straight into Dorin Aldeguerri. It's not something a scrum half will want to do too many times. Perpignan still edging their way forward. Sua Helena Kaluka. Demac. Just a short ball. Forward still have it. They're hemming Aldeguerri in. Clever work by Perpignan, sealing in the Toulouse tight head prop, who is penalised for not rolling away properly. I'm not sure he could. They put him into a very tight-knit cage very quickly. Crowd getting behind the team. We're into the last 18 minutes. It would be an astonishing day. Toulouse have lost their last 3 games away from home. They've lost 4 of their last 5 after losing only 4 in the entire season before that, up to mid-February. A lot of this comes with trying to rotate the squad to keep the big stars fresh for the business end of the season. Tristan Tedder here with a chance here to extend the lead. Be the first time in a few kicks that the lead has not just been exchanged. It's a long kick, he's hit it well, it's got the legs, it's over, it's straight enough. And it is 26 points to 21. Perpignan move an unconverted try ahead. And the crowd celebrate. Tedder is keeping his nerve in his final home game. However, they've lost the ball there and Toulouse have it. Bursting forward is Théo Ntamak. Out by Grau. Malia feeds it into the path of Paul Costes, now with his blonde hair. Grau again. Mavaka, accompanied by Cyril Bay and Richie Arnold. Grau gets it wide. There was a bit of an interference. Oh, that's a nasty one for Ramos. Hit hard there by Chocobares. And the referee will surely have to stop play because that looked really, really nasty. Well, that's Arthur Joly being interviewed by French television. Oof. Chocobares there. Red card material, surely. I can't imagine that Ramos will be back after that because that looked really hard. It's definitely going to be a head injury assessment, that's for sure. Again, they've got a hooker, prop, back row forward, back row forward, back row forward, centre, winger and prop on the bench. No scrum half, no fly half. Can't believe anybody is arguing here on a Perpignan side as to why he stopped play, because that was one of those ones that really you could feel. Look at that. Oh, it's lucky he didn't knock him out.
Flexion. Lié. On essaie de trouver son espace, d'accord, hein? Ok, allez.
All round, trying to get his
On a réussi à trouver
instructions
l'espace en
across.
première mi-temps, on va y arriver là. Il y a été en première mi-temps.
Deuxième.
Could find Malia here move into the fly half position temporarily. There he is, number 15, standing directly behind the scrum.
Lié.
Engaging too early, free kick to Toulouse, which they've already got going. Inside by Foussac. Picked up by Jack Willis. Haven't really seen him since he came on so far. The Englishman who scored a try again last week against Union Bordeaux-Bègles. Lovely one in the corner towards the end of that game. No way through for Bay. Chocobares. Let go of the ball. Ruck has already formed and Fasuele was coming through it to try and get it. Jack Willis, Englishman, trying to burst through once more. On a real high after playing against his brother Tom for the first time ever in his career last week. And a full penalty given to Toulouse. Playing in the ruck, Antoine Dupont watching on, not in the 23 today. So he wouldn't even be able to come on if he wanted to. Graou finds the corner. There is Fasuele. He was a little bit unlucky. Split-second stuff between being able to jackal and having to leave it well alone. Time off whilst it's not time off, just a delay in play whilst we wait for the substitutions to be made. Piatu Movaka then lost his first line out, doesn't lose the second. Well taken by Alexandre Rouma. Toulouse trying to set up the driving maul, edging forward slightly. It's the 5-metre line just behind them. Decide to change direction and they gain a metre. It's well done by Perpignan. The referee has not spotted a foul. Or has he? No, he hasn't. And in fact, he's given possession to Perpignan. And the man who gave away the penalty a moment ago, all smiles now. Movaka with the ball, but it was good defence. You know, the referee saying it was a player in black and red who went down to the floor, nobody in blue. Juan Cruz Malia with a shake of the head. This time he's telling the front row to keep it nice and steady. Mike Tadger shrugs his shoulders and doesn't really understand, or at least that's what he's trying to tell the referee. Meanwhile, Sadek Demak
pareil ici, voilà. Flexion.
Waits patiently for the put-in.
Lié.
With 11.5 minutes to go. Perpignan with a 5-point lead in a game, really, that they have to win. Laborde. And the big inside centre gets plenty of distance on the ball. That's a great kick. Absolute perfection. Rete has to play it. No way he could really get any distance there to put it out. So back it goes to Jake McIntyre. He plays for territory. However, that's a bit long. Lebel decides not to call for the mark, though, and so carries on. Malia out to Costes. Oof. Costes met by two forwards. And the crowd groan as they imagine what it would be like if they got hit by them. Lebel. Ruma runs into the halfbacks of Perpignan. Growl tries to break away and he's well brought down by Luca Bachalier. Lebel, no way through for Lebel, he's wrapped up well. It's been taken away, stolen ball. Lautrien, backed up by Dubois. Dumac arrives at the back of the ruck. Tedder, McIntyre, here they come once more. Laborde, he's having a colossal game. Out the back for Tilsley. Tilsley runs into Cyril Bay and goes no further. 10 minutes to go. Perpignan still driving forward. Now they've lost the ball again though. Ruma are almost standing around. Almost like it was a complete shot that that ball was turned over. And another turnover. Wow, it's loose. Laborde! Laborde surely! Oh, was it forward? Tilsley touches down. We wait to see what the referee says of it. Try to Perpignan as they move towards an improbable victory against the league leaders. Incredible turnover ball from both sides, back to back, before Perpignan wrapped it up. Driving it across, Laborde, who's been the man of the match surely, hung it in the air. Tilsley touched us down. But we have to still wait. Was that a forward pass?
Seb, il est sur la ligne. Pour lui, c'est jeu. La passe est bonne.
Wow, so it's different from the first try that Toulouse scored that was ruled out, because here the on-field decision is try. So now they need hard concrete evidence that it can't be one. Let's not forget that the Toulouse try was ruled out because it was too limit. There we go, that's that ball out of the palm of Brad Shields. It looks like this is going to be called back. No try. It just slipped out of the palm of Brad Shields. And George Tilsley will not score. It's not the knock-on I thought, or rather the forward pass that I was thinking of originally. But it might have been a knock-on as well. Little explanation given to Piola Fasuele, the Samoan international. He's getting ready to represent Samoa in the World Cup, where Samoa take on England, Japan, Argentina, and the debutants Chile. His mind are very much on keeping Perpignan in top 14 though.
On va y arriver à trouver l'espace, s'il vous plaît. Je fais l'effort. C'est bon. Concentrez-vous sur votre mêlée. D'accord ? Voilà, merci.
Thomas Ramos doesn't look like he's coming back. Little word with Roman Entamat. That's an awful lot of fly half talent that is not available to Toulouse there. Well, maybe the non-selection or selection of the 23 today might be put under scrutiny. The only backs on the bench were Costes and Touzin, a centre and a winger. Grau feeds it out. Malia. This is good flowing lines here. Retier cuts back inside and tries to find a hole in the Perpignan defences. Ruma. Knock on. Domac back the other way. Perpignan sniffing an opportunity. Dubois has looked dangerous, and there's a knock on now from them as well. Now, is it far enough afterwards to hand it back to Perpignan? Oh, it looked like a high tackle as well.
Ah non, pour moi, moi je n'ai pas perçu de plaquage haut.
And the referee has immediately answered that, saying, I don't see a high tackle.
Je n'ai pas perçu de plaquage haut. S'il y a quelque chose d'évident, l'arbitre vidéo rentrera.
And he says that if there is anything that obvious, then the TMO will get back to him.
Ouais. OK.
Josh Brennan is back on again for Richie Arnold in the second row.
S'il y a quelque chose d'évident, l'arbitre vidéo rentre, on n'a pas d'image évidente. On n'a pas eu d'image évidente.
Toulouse still complaining about what they perceive as a high tackle. Meanwhile, though, we're going to get on with the scrum half, or scrum. Please keep your distance, implores the referee this time. Difficult, though, with the tension this high. Just one score between the sides. They haven't kept their distance. So we reset, and this is not doing Toulouse any good. Well, the referee sees both front rows as equally culpable. Dorinel Deguerre still complaining, but our referee is not having any of it. Let's go, he says.
Flexion. Lié. Jeu. Disponible.
Ball is available, says the referee, and Domac picks it up and goes with it. Oh, he's loose pass stolen by Malia. Toulouse trying to play with it. Just over 5 minutes for them to rescue the result. At the moment, all they're hanging on to is a defensive bonus point. It's not going to be a 5-point haul on line for anybody here unless we have a spectacular last 5 minutes. Is that knocked on? It is. Retier says it went backwards. The referee does not agree with him. Malia goes down. Now what happens to the ball now? Well, yes, might have a point. And I think the referee has seen it. The ball went backwards and hit his thigh and came forwards.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Il reste ou vous le sortez?
Listen to the crowd. The Catalans in full voice. Hope abound. Time is off, but Toulouse only have less than 5 minutes to pull this all around as Domet comes off and is replaced by Tom Echoua at scrum half. Big performance, though, from the 27-year-old. It's up now to his 30-year-old teammate to bring it through. Another long-time servant of Perpignan. Nerves running. Mathieu Sebes, I think that is, the captain who is out today. kicking off in the front row. The pressure becoming too much. Cyril Bay pulled away. And the referee will just gloss over that, I think, and just line them back up again. Legends of the past. Watching potential heroes of the present, who are led by one of the heroes and legends of the past. David Matty there, screaming out the instructions. There were many that thought that he wouldn't make a coach, very quiet, reserved. But he himself says he loves the coaching. Got into it with the youngsters at the club to start with and found that it was something that he really wanted to do, and is now at 40 years old, the youngest head coach in Top 14. He'll swap director of rugby next season. Hugo Mola. Inscrutable, even though his side are 5 points behind. It's not been a great month for Toulouse away from home. Defeats away at Toulon, Castres, Stade Francais, and of course the semi-final in the European Champions Cup away at Leinster at the Aviva Stadium, where La Rochelle will look to retain their title next weekend against Leinster, the team they beat last year in the final in Marseille. Feels like a long time ago since Toulouse beat La Rochelle in the first of La Rochelle's 3 consecutive finals at Twickenham back in 2021. Toulouse knocked out in the semi-finals for the 2nd year running. European ambitions have gone again. Top 14 ambitions very much there, but they want to keep it going. They were told not to let down the intensity, even though it was against a team fighting at the bottom. They did not want complacency. I'm not saying that's what's happened, but Perpignan have taken hold of it, and they've got the decision there as well. And Aldegheri is going mad again once more with Mike Tadger.
C'est le droitier qui trouve pas sa place.
Piotr Mavaka also getting involved with Brad Shields. Tadger and Aldegheri being forced to be separated. There's no headbutt, says the referee, no matter what Piolo Fasuele says and protests about. Don't you just love the season running? The extra intensity as Toulouse's president watches on, Didier Lecroix. Man who's won this title 6 times as a player. 1996 European champion as well. But unless they turn things around quickly, they're not going to win this one. It's a mixture of adrenaline, excitement, nerves washing around the Stade Aimé Giral. And this time it's Suela Hananakaluka who is penalised, or at least it's a free kick. Toulouse have it. It's getting to the stage now where they are drinking at the last chance saloon with only 1.5 minutes to go. Cyril Bay gets the thighs moving. Tadger goes over the top, told to let go. Graou. Slow progress for Toulouse at the moment. Graou has found the ball. It's gone behind Piotr Mavaka, and Mavaka gets it at the 2nd time of asking. Ball did not go forward. Referee doesn't react. Brennan inside to Theo Ntamak. Taken on by Graou. Streaming forward now, Toulouse. Red and black. Trying to go forward again. It's loose. Costes. Can't get away from the board. And it's going to be a penalty to Perpignan. Celebrated by Eschoir as if they've won the game. Mike Thatcher comes away, chest out, puffing, loving the moment. We still have games to play. The mission has not been completed yet. We still have work to do. But that is a big step towards away from direct relegation. Yeah, it was important to win today. We knew it would be hard, and it was. They were missing a few players, but nevertheless, it's still Toulouse. And, well, as I said, it's one match to go, but perhaps, you never know, might be it. I don't think I've taken into account yet that this is my final game here. But I'm very happy that we've won this game. Yeah, that's a big one for Tristan Tedder. Fly half who played full-back today. Damien Laborde, there he is, smiling in the middle of your screen. An absolutely immense game from the inside centre, who was supposed to start on the bench, but ended up starting the game.